popped up on my mind, and I was kind of really sad. But then I woke up from my morning prayers, and then this person's thought was just on my mind, and it was just there. And normally, this person, I don't think about him as much. I only think about him like randomly, but it's not something that was like it's not with so much emotions, just random thoughts. But this time around, I woke up from my sleep, and as I'm waking up from my sleep, he's the first person that's on my mind, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's spiritual or not. But then I was in my morning prayers, and I started to pray to God for him. I started praying over him, and just hoping that he's okay and everything. But then I was really angry. I was very angry, and I won't say angry, no, that's a bad choice of words, but I was pretty sad. And I just had two thoughts in my mind. And the first thought was like, how is this person doing? And if Jesus Christ should come right now, would this person be saved? With everything going on in this world, with all the chaos going on in this world, if Jesus Christ should come right now, would this person be saved? Would this person be depressed, or would this person be okay? Like, how is this person surviving the times that we're in right now? And I was sad. I was really, really sad. And then the second thought that came to my mind was what could have been. Like, if I met this person again, what could have been. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I being a 26-year-old young girl or young lady that has gone through so much delay in my life, and part of it is my fault. Okay, part of it is my fault. I'm not going to deny it. Part of it is my fault because I tend to delay a lot. But yeah, I've gone through a lot of delay in my life that has made me to miss out on certain opportunities that would have changed my life drastically. So now, with everything going on in this world, as a Christian, I believe wholeheartedly that we're in the last days, and I believe that Jesus Christ is coming soon. And I'm always praying. I'm always praying for my loved ones to get saved. I'm always praying to God. I'm not even as on fire for God as I was before, but I'm always trying my best to pray to God. I'm always trying to put out videos on TikTok and YouTube here and there, just so that I can just like try to make sure that if someone comes across my video, that they will be touched and they will be convicted, and maybe they will repent. I'm always trying to talk to my loved ones. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. I'm always worried about the state of the world and the people around the world, if they are ready for God's coming. Like, so many people are just consumed with their own lifestyle. So many people are focused on their own goals and their own things that they're doing. And the Lord literally said that people will get married and they will be getting married and they'll be living their lives like normal. Some people will be in the farm, some people will be partying and all of that, and Jesus Christ will come just like that. He said it in the Bible, it's in the Bible. Many will be laughing, getting married, eating, drinking, partying, and Jesus Christ will come. And I can remember a video I had in 2024. I no longer have dreams. Did I say video? I'm sorry. I can remember a dream that I had in 2024. I no longer have dreams like I used to, which is pretty sad. But I no longer have dreams like I used to. Perhaps because I've been fluctuating in my relationship with God. Today I'm on fire for Christ. Tomorrow I'm very angry with God because I feel like I'm not prepared enough for whatever it is that is coming. Or I'm resenting the Lord because I feel like my there's been delay in my answered prayers. Or I'm resenting the Lord because I feel like we as human beings, we are not ready for what He's bringing to us right now. And it's not that I want God to wait on us human beings. No, just sometimes me being a human being, some part of me just feels like everything is happening so fast. Like everything is happening so fast. The signs are everywhere, and it's like as soon as you see one sign, you haven't even taken in one sign. You see another one. You haven't even taken in one sign, and you see another one. Then you see another one as you're about to take it in. There's another one. Like the signs are everywhere. There's so much chaos in the world right now. There's a lot of chaos in the world right now, and I'm not happy about it. Why? What human being will be happy that their fellow human beings are going through turmoil? Their fellow human beings are going through chaos on planet Earth. Like it could be my family members. It could be someone that I'm in love with. It could be something. So that's just it. Like at the end of the day, I encourage every human being, no matter what you're doing in this world, just try to do the right thing as a Christian. Try to get right with God before He comes. I'm not perfect. I keep saying this in all my videos. I'm literally not a perfect Christian. I'm serious because I used to have prophetic dreams and it stopped. That's to show you how not perfect I am. If I were to like really lock in, I would probably would have like maybe changed so many people's lives. I don't know. Okay, I'm not saying because I don't want to be a prophet. I always told God I don't want to be a prophet, and as soon as I told Him that, I stopped having the dreams. I always told Him I'm a messenger. If the Lord puts a conviction in my heart, I will say it. But I don't want to be a prophet. I always used to say it. But the Lord did say in the last days that many will dream dreams and many will become prophets. He said it. But I just was like, I don't want to be a prophet. I'm going to be a messenger. If the Lord convicts me or puts something in my heart, I will preach to other people and tell people this is how it is. I will tell people the truth and I will pray for them. One thing I like doing is to intercede on other people's behalf. I like to tell people, I like to preach to people, tell people the truth and then pray for them. But I'm not a prophet. I don't want, oh God, like, I really am not up for that. So I no longer have dreams like I used to, but there was this dream I had in 2024 and it goes this way. I was at a park. I believe I've said that dream before. I don't think I said it on YouTube. I probably said it on TikTok. But I was at a park and I was just on my own, like I normally am in real life because I don't have so much friends and all of that. So I was on my own and I was just looking quite lost and quite sad, which is how I am in real life because like, I don't have a lot of things that I've prayed to God for yet. Some of it is my fault though, because I don't sometimes when the Lord tells me to do something, I really don't do it. I really don't be doing it. So a lot of it is my fault actually. But yeah, I was at the park, and inside that park, it was like I don't really know what to call it, but like it's just a park, not a normal park. It's like an amusement park. Yes, an amusement park. And in that amusement park there were a lot of people in that amusement park, and I saw a couple of people and they were so happy and they were laughing and they were living their best lives. And I saw families having fun and I saw couples. They were I saw couples. They were sorry if you're hearing noise over there, it's because my mom is doing something in the kitchen. So, and in the park, I saw a couple of people and they were happy. I saw couples. They were teasing each other. They were laughing. They were being playful. I saw families. They were being playful. They were happy. I saw friends. They were being happy. They were laughing with each other. And me and all these people, they were on what do you call it? Should I say a machine or they were on a I really don't know. Like I can't even remember what they call these things these days. I'm sorry if you're watching this video right now and I'm kind of like slow, but I'm trying to remember what they call those. Should I say swings? Those amusement park swings, or should I say machines or something? Those fun rides. Yeah, I'll just call them rides. Those fun rides. So they were on a ride, like a wheel. If it was like a Ferris wheel ride, and they were those people were just laughing and they were on that ride and the ride was just going slowly and they were laughing and laughing and laughing. And me, I was in another ride. I was in another side of the ride. I was in another ride while those people were in another ride. And I was the only one on that ride. Meanwhile, the other ride, there were so many people on that ride and they were laughing and they were happy. And me on the other side of the ride, I was just looking at them and I was just laughing. I was just happy. I was like, oh my God, they look so pretty. Like they're so happy. I wish I could one day be happy like them. I wish I could also get my own family and my own loved ones and have so much friends like these people because I don't have so much friends. I only have one friend and I just have a bunch of acquaintances, but I don't have any close friends. Just one person. And even that one person is complicated, right? But yeah, I just have one friend that I've had for 15 years, but I don't have so much friends. I don't even know how to make friends. As soon as I make friends, I've made so much friends, but the friendship just ends up in quarrel and then we stop being friends. So I just have only one friend for now, and I've been praying to God for new friends for a very, very long time. I've been praying to God for new friends for a very long time. So I was all alone in the other side of the swing, in the other side of the ride, and the ride I was in, there was no one there. It was just me, and the other ride where, like I said, sorry if I'm repeating things. I just like to make sure that people understand. In the other side of the swings, there were so many people, so many families, couples, friends, and they were just laughing and they were just happy. And I was looking at them, I was admiring them. I was like, oh my God, wow, this looks so fun because I'm such a fun loving person. I actually like to have fun. I was like, oh my God, this looks so fun. This is something I just wish I had my own friends. Like, this is something I would like to do. But I became sad. I was like, huh, why me? Why do I always have to be alone? Like, these people are over there having fun with their friends, and it's just me here in this swing by myself, as usual. And then it's like a voice came from behind me and said to me, watch what is going to happen to them. And then my dream is kind of complicated. I feel like God doesn't go into details when He's giving me dreams because He knows I'm kind of like I don't know if I'll say I'm kind of like, maybe I was a baby in Christ then, maybe that was it. I don't know. But He knows I'm kind of like, I can be very unserious sometimes, guys. Let me be very honest. I can be very unserious sometimes. But God tries his best to make sure that he communicates with his children. So, regardless of how unserious I am, regardless of how childish, because I have a childish personality, I actually do. So, regardless of how childish and immature I can be, the Lord tries his best to communicate with me. So, my dreams are not as scary as other people's dreams, sorry, because when I watch some videos on YouTube and people are talking about, oh, I had this dream, I had that dream, it's always so gruesome. But I've never had any dream like that. My dream is just straight to the point. And I said this, I mentioned this in the video I made on TikTok on this topic. My dreams are straight to the point. Like the Lord just highlights the points and gives it to me. He doesn't go into details. He doesn't show me any scary or crazy stuff because maybe he knows I cannot handle it. Who knows? So this dream was straight to the point. I was watching those families, those couples, and those friends, and they were happy. And then I was all by myself in another swing, alone. I was the only one riding that swing. And then a voice came from behind me and said, "Watch what is going to happen to these people." And those people, their ride started to spin and spin and spin and spin, and it was like a crazy spin, and everyone started screaming in fear and started shouting. And I don't really know what happened. I did not really see what happened. The dream became blurry, but I know that I was just seeing blood everywhere, bloodshed everywhere. People were screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." And after that, everywhere just went quiet, and I didn't see those people again. And I just feel like that was God telling me that there's going to be judgment soon. That those people that are there enjoying their lives and living happy lives without Him involved, that He's going to judge them, He's going to punish them. And then me, who is on my own, by myself, that He's going to be by my side, even if I'm not exactly happy, even if I'm not exactly where I want to be, that He's going to be by my side. And my point of seeing this dream is because, first of all, I want people to be convicted and I want people to know that God is real and that He's very he's very loving as the Bible describes him, but he's also very strict and we need to fear him because he's God. And when you think about it, The Lord is someone that He created everything in this world. He has the power to do anything, good or bad. So why can't you fear Him? You have to fear Him. But just know that He loves us enough to the point that even though He has the power to hurt us, He still is not going to hurt us because He loves us. He created us in His image. And I know it's not everyone that is going to be able to take this in. I still struggle to take it in myself. But it's just something that you kind of have to get used to. It's just something that you have to understand. And if you do not understand it, then I'm telling you that you can go to God and pray about it and tell God, Father, please help me to understand you, help me to love you, help me to understand this side of you. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. And yeah, I've been going through a lot for the past few days, for the past few weeks, and I've been having some resentful thoughts towards God. And I'm just saying this because I know that some other Christians will come on social media and they're going to try to act all perfect, and you think, and then you yourself on the sideline, you think that you're not doing enough. So I want to come out and tell my own story and to also show people that nobody's really doing enough. Like, you just have to keep holding on to God. I want to come and encourage people and tell people that even though I've known God for like 4 years, I think for 4 plus years, I'm still not the perfect Christian. And it doesn't mean that God is happy with me not being the perfect Christian. Of course, God wants me to keep pushing, but I just want people to know out there, if you're watching this video, that you're not the only one that is not perfect. But God, as far as you're still alive, so far as you're alive, you still have time by the grace of God, as far as you're alive, to get right with God. The time ends only when you're gone, when you've left this earth. I'm just every time I come online, there's always some bad news and there's always something going on in the world. And now I'm hearing about hantavirus, and people say it's spreading quickly. And I can remember last year there was a couple of videos on TikTok, and it was a bunch of Christians. They were saying that there's going to be a lockdown soon. And I remember praying to God and telling God, God, I feel like there's going to be a lockdown. Even before I saw that video, I was like, God, I feel like there's going to be a lockdown soon. I feel like there's going to be a lockdown soon. So, guys, there's so much chaos going on in the world. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not God. It's only what God wants that will happen, right? The Bible says that as human beings we can make all our plans, but it's only God's plan that will work. So as human beings, you can make all your own plans, you can have all your goals, all your desires, and it's only what God wants that will still happen in your life. There's so many things I prayed to God for, but I still did not get it even to this day. And it seems really sad. Even from my own standpoint, it seems like a really sad thing, but you kind of just have to submit yourself to God and give it up to God. And I'm not trying to invalidate people's feelings, because sometimes I watch some Christian videos and they say some certain things and I feel like, oh my God, this is just invalidating my feelings. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Um I'm just trying to put things into perspective. I'm just trying to be clear about my life experiences, and I just want you to pray to God if you don't understand it and ask Him to help you understand. I had to force myself to submit my desires, my goals to God. Growing up as a young girl, life hasn't always been easy for me. I grew up with a lot of bullying in my life. I was bullied by friends. But I grew up with a lot of rejection. I don't know if many of you know about the spirit of rejection, but I grew up with a lot of rejection. Rejection from friends, rejection from family. My house was very abusive growing up. I didn't have a good relationship with my mother, with my mom, and every single day we would always fight and fight and fight, and to the point that before you know it, my mom would bring plates and she would try to break my head with the plate. My dad would put his head and there would be blood everywhere. Like, there was a lot of chaos in my house growing up. And this whole thing started from when I was a small girl, as like fat from the age of 5. That was when I started remembering. That was when I even started like remembering and recollecting how toxic my life has been from the age of 5 years. That's when I started remembering and recollecting how toxic my life has been. from the very age of 5. And I can remember from the age of 5, even at the age of 5, I used to tell God that I wanted to commit suicide. I always used to tell God, God, I don't want to be in this world anymore. Please take my life. And I almost died when I was a young girl. I almost died. I was born premature, and I was born 8 months, or I think it's 7 months. I can't remember, but I was born 7 months earlier, and I was a premature. And before that, before my mom gave birth to me, she wanted to abort me. I'm actually a twin. I have a twin sister, so she wanted to abort us, and but she didn't abort us anymore. She she changed her mind, and then when she gave birth to us, she gave birth to us prematurely, and many people told us that we didn't survive. We almost didn't survive. We were put in an incubator. We used to eat through our nose. So people thought we were not going to survive. People say we are so small. We are as small as rats. That was what they told me and my sister. And I can remember when I heard that story as a little child, I was so angry. I was like, God, why didn't you just allow me to die when I was premature? Like, why did you bring me into this world just so I can suffer? And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Even now that I'm an adult, I'm 20. I'm going to be 26 in 2 months. Even now that I'm an adult, I always used to ask God, like, why did you just allow me to die when I was in my mom's womb? Why didn't you allow my mom to abort me? Why didn't you just allow me to die when I was premature? Why did you save me just so you can give me a hard life that is full of rejection and unanswered prayers? Why? So, guys, I'm saying my stories, my life stories, which I've never done on here. I'm saying it because I want people to know that they're not the only ones that's going through something. That I'm a Christian, and I have been very much on fire for God up until ending of 2025. That was when I stopped being on fire for God. But by the grace of God, I'm not perfect. I'm recollecting myself back to being on fire for God again. But yeah, I was very much on fire for God. But even then, I'm still like struggling. I still have my own struggles. I'm still going through a lot. And I always used to tell God that if I had a choice to choose between Christianity without help being involved, I would choose to not be a Christian. I always used to tell God that if there was any other choice, I would not be a Christian, because Christianity takes a lot from you. Christianity is a religion of submission. You have to get ready to submit, even the things you don't want to submit. And as a human being, as a person, my personality as a person before submission to God, my personality as a person, I was very rebellious. Like, I don't want you to tell me what to do. If I see reasons with that thing, you don't have to tell me to do it. I will do it. But if you force me to do what I don't want to do, or force me to accept, or try to reprogram my mind, I'll become really angry with you. So I've been telling God, God, this Christianity is really tough on me, because the original me would not do this. I'm just doing it because I don't want to go to hell, because I want to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, because he died for my sins. I really, really wish that you had allowed me to die when I was premature, so that I won't have to go through all of this and fight and run this heavenly race. Because this heavenly race is not even like as if it's easy to run. So I wish you just allowed me to die. And I can remember at the age of 6 or 7, I traveled to my country. I'm Nigerian, so I traveled to PH, and I went to this really big pool. It was a very big trending pool back then. All the kids and all the teenagers and all the young adults used to come to that pool and party. They had the adult side and the children's side, but the children's side was still very deep and very big. The pool was so big. It was as big as a what do you even call it? A river or something. Maybe when I was a child, it looked big to me. I don't know how how the pool is now, but the pool is very big. From what I remembered as a child, the pool was very big. That was a really long time ago. I think 2006. I think when I was 6 years old. So it was a very big pool. And I was in that pool, and all the kids were swimming. And then they told us that we should not go to the deep side, that we should only stay in one side. And then we said okay. So me and my sister and my friends, my family friends, they're the same age as me. A boy and a girl, we're just family friends. So we were swimming, all of us were swimming. And then there was a line that they drew, and they said, do not cross this line for the kids pool, because it's very deep, so do not cross this line. So then me, I was just swimming, and then something fell down. Like I was holding something and it fell in the pool. I don't know how to explain it, but I was holding something and I think it's kind of like drowned or something. So I now went down to kind of take it back, but it was very close to the line. And before I knew it, I moved away from the line. And when I moved away from the line, I started drowning and I started drowning and I started drowning. And I can remember when I was drowning, there was this smile on my face. I was like, oh my God, I felt it. I could feel my soul leaving my body. I was literally about to die. I was literally about to pass out. And I remember telling God, oh God, please, if I'm about to die, then I'm very happy. Please accept me. Like I was literally about to die at the age of 6 years old. And I was so happy because I was a depressed child. I was a depressed child. I've been thinking about suicide since the age of 5, or since, in fact, since the age of 4. Since the age of 4, I can remember my thoughts from when I was 4 years old. Maybe not everything, but I can remember my thoughts from when I was 4 years old. And I can remember that. And I have a baby brother right now, and he's 5 years old, and he's so smart. He's literally so smart. So I believe that at that age, I was also just as smart. And I could, because if you interact with my baby brother right now, he's so smart. He's so smart. Like, he has very retentive memory. He notices things that you don't expect him to notice, because people always think that, oh, children don't know anything, but it's not true. A lot of kids actually know something. They know good and bad. They know right from wrong. So at his age, then the age that he is now, he's 4, he's going to be 5. Oh yeah, sorry, he turned 5 today. Yes, my baby brother was actually 5 few days ago, but he turned 5. He was actually 4 few days ago, but he turned 5 today. So yeah, at the age of 4 or 5, I knew right from wrong. I knew what was going on in the world. But most people thought that as a child, you don't really know much. But that's just because adults are busy, so um they're kind of nonchalant to certain things that kids do. But if you're really focusing, you will know that kids are actually smart. That's why when they reach a certain age of knowingness, you have to, sorry, excuse me, you have to bring them up in the way of God. The Bible says, train a child in the way that when they grow, they will not depart from it. Yeah. So at that age, I was very suicidal. And somehow my mom knew. I don't know how she knew. Even though she was basically the the first reason for my misery as a child. Because my mom was very hard not to crack. Very tough human being. So I don't know how she knew. I don't even know if she knew. Maybe the Lord just used her to speak to me. I don't know if she knew. But she would always come and tell me and my sister, make sure you don't commit suicide. If you commit suicide, you go straight to hell. I don't know how like, I was literally 5 years old or 4 years old. Like, I didn't even know what suicide is. I didn't even know. So for her to come and tell me that thing, I just knew that it was God. It was probably God that used her to speak to me. Because as a child, I used to want to drink the tool or detergent or something, and I used to want to just drink something, so I would just leave the earth. My mom would tell me, if you put this in your mouth, you will die, and you go to hell. If you do this, you die, you go to hell. If you try to kill yourself, you die, and you go to hell. So I hated life so much, but I was afraid of taking my life. So I would just be, God, even talking about my life experiences right now, I'm just like, God, why did you allow me to go through all of this? But like, glory be to God, regardless. We have to submit to God. He's the King of Kings, He's the Lord of Lords, and you have to accept it, okay? And this is not to threaten you or anything, it's just the reality. One thing about human beings is that we can be delusional. You have to accept that this is reality. You cannot be delusional. Just ask God to help you every day. I always pray to God, Father, please help me to love you. Because there are times when I will literally wake up and I'll have nothing but hatred for God. Absolutely. And I have to pray to him. And God is real. So he actually hears our prayers. As soon as I pray to him and tell him, God, please help me to love you, the hate will just disappear. Poof, just like that. And that's to show you that God is real. It's not easy for me. Because if I had a choice, I literally used to have fantasies of coming to heaven and giving God a dirty slap when I was a small child. It was that bad. And I can remember when I was a teenager, when I became 10, 11, 12, a voice used to come to my head and tell me, do you know that together with a couple, if you join forces with us, like if you join forces with certain people, you can defeat God. I know that you hate God very, very much. Guys, I'm not lying. A voice literally used to come to my head and tell me, oh, I know that you hate God so much. Do you know that if you together with a couple of people, if you join forces with those people, you can defeat God? This voice would always come to my head. And I thought it was my own thoughts, but it kept on reoccurring. I was not asking myself, is this thought my own? Because it's as if it was my own thoughts. And I knew I hated God, but do I really have the power to fight God? I hated God so much, guys. Even as a 10-year-old girl and as an 11-year-old girl, I hated God so much. I hated Him. And that voice will always come to my head and tell me, if you join forces with certain people, you can defeat God. If you join forces with certain, and that's for you to know, God cannot be defeated. So, because why do I need to join forces in order to defeat Him? So if the devil thinks he's smart, so if the devil is if God is so weak, you don't need to join forces, because only God Himself can take everyone down. But you want to join forces to defeat God. It means that you cannot defeat Him. You know that He's powerful. That's why you cannot defeat Him. So that was a demon that would come to my head and tell me, you need to join forces with certain people in order to defeat God. I know you hate God so much. Because I would always have fantasies of going up to heaven and giving God it, like, God, I hate, I don't even want to say it because it's so weird and cringe just thinking about it. But yeah, I used to have those fantasies. I used to tell God, if I could come to heaven right now, I will give you a dirty slap for dumping me in this earth and forcing me to live a life that I never wanted to live, and telling me that I have to do this in order to come to not go to hell. I would give you a very dirty slap. I used to say it whenever I'm angry. I will start shouting at God. I used to say it to Him. But then those voices kept on coming back, and it was as if it was my own thoughts. It presented itself like my own thoughts. And then, even though I hated my mom so much, yeah, I hated God. I also hated my mother. I hated both of them equally. So even though I hated my mother so much, I hated her so much. I had to go to my mom and tell my mom, Mommy, look at what this thought keeps coming up in my head. And then when I told my mom that, my mom now told me, she now told me that I should pray about it and I should cancel that voice and tell the voice to get out, that it's not from God. And then I said, okay, I don't know what made me to go up to my mom and tell my mom about the voices in my head, because I thought that those thoughts were my own thoughts. I genuinely thought they were my own thoughts. So I don't know what made me to go up to my mom and tell her, because I hated my mom and I hated God. I hated both of them equally. I wish I had nothing to do with both of them. I wish both of them were not alive. I wish both of them were not in my life. So I don't know why I was so afraid of my mom growing up, because I hated her and I was so afraid of her. So when I was growing up, I don't used to stay near my mom. If my mom tells me to sit down near her, I will start crying. And she would become angry, and then she would beat me. And then I would start shouting and crying, Dad, Dad, because I preferred my dad over my mom. And then my dad would come to my rescue. And that kept happening even till the age of my early 20s, 22, 23. That kept happening even till my early 20s. I would always have an issue with my mom, and my dad would be the one to step in and save us. So my life has been a turmoil from when I was a little child till now. Even now, I'm getting along with my mom, because I decided to humble myself, and I started to do whatever pleases her, so that she will not be happy. So she has calmed down. But before that, I was very miserable. She was very miserable. I believe my mom hated me. I genuinely did. It's possible that she did, but maybe she doesn't want to admit it. And I equally hated her. I was ready to match her energy. Sorry for rambling, guys. So to go straight to the point, I don't know what made me to be so comfortable to go and speak to my mom. I didn't even go to my dad. It was my mom that I went to. And then my mom now told me that I should cancel that voice, and I should rebuke the voice. And as soon as I rebuked that voice, I kid you not, guys, that thought did not come to my mind again. And when I was a child, I was not spiritual. I did not believe that. Sorry, God, I don't know what's happening. There's screeching sounds from outside the house. But anyways, when I was a child, I did not believe that life was spiritual. I thought it was just a movie. I did not believe in all these things. I did not believe in God and all of that. But for some reason, even when I did not believe in God, I would still call on to God certain times, and I would still hate on God when certain things did not go my way. So when that thought kept on coming to my mind, I was comfortable enough to go to my mom, and as soon as I rebuked that those thoughts, it didn't come back. That was when I knew that it was not from that thought was not my own. That was when I knew that those thoughts were not my own. Because how is it possible that how is it possible that those thoughts were reoccurring, and now that I've cast those thoughts and I rebuked those thoughts, the thoughts are no longer coming, which means it was from something else that I cannot see. And that's to show you that life is very spiritual. And so I'm so sorry guys, I tend to ramble a lot. I always say this in my videos. I tend to ramble a lot. I'm trying to remember like what my point is. Because if I'm talking, I will just go from one point, then to another point, then to another point. I'm a very bad conversationalist. But I think the point I'm trying to make is that growing up, life wasn't so easy for me, and I always hated God so much. So yeah, I remember when I was in that pool, in PH, I was in that pool, and I was so afraid of killing myself because my mom always told me, "Oh, don't kill yourself. Don't if you do this, if you try to kill yourself, you die and you go to hell." So I was so afraid of hell and of God. So that day when I was in that pool and I was drowning, sorry, I can remember that I was so happy. There was a very big smile on my face. I could feel my spirit leaving my body. And I was like, oh God, please accept me. At a very young age, I was like 6 years old. Yeah, I was like 6 years old. I was like, oh God, please accept me. And I was drifting away from my body and I was so happy. And then my auntie that I came with, my auntie's boyfriend jumped into the pool and he brought me out of the pool. And then I was mad. I was like, why did he stop? Or like, what's his, like, why did this man jump inside this pool? Did I ask him? Did I beg him? And then they told me, go to the pool and swim again, but don't cross that line. Don't cross that line. I was like, okay. And then I went into the pool. And then I slipped and I crossed the line because the down part of the pool was very slippery. So I slipped inside the pool. Yeah, sometimes I can remember when I was a child, I used to sleep inside pools. You know, some of you might ask, well, how do you sleep? How do you sleep inside the pool? But I do. Sometimes when I was a kid, when I was swimming, some parts of the pool would be so slippery and you would just find yourself wanting to sleep. So I slipped and I jumped the other line and I started drowning. And then I felt my spirit leaving my body again. And I was so happy and I was smiling. And my aunt's boyfriend jumped inside the pool and brought me out again. He's like, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep drowning? Okay, go inside the pool. But this time around, make sure you do not cross that line. I said, okay. I went back into the pool and I was swimming. And before I knew it, I found myself in that line again. And I was drowning and my spirit was leaving my body and I was smiling. And he saved me again. And this time around, they told me don't enter the pool again. And I was so sad. I was just staring at the pool. I was like, no, I want to die. I want to die. Like, what is going on? Like, this is a chance for me to die without having to kill myself. So yeah, me and my sister's life we didn't die. Third of all, I almost drowned multiple times. I mean, I think my sister also said she had the same experience of almost drowning, and I didn't die. So I can't remember what exactly point I was driving at that made me to get to this point. Sorry again for rambling. I'm a very bad storyteller. And this is the reason why I rarely do videos. It took me a lot to actually come here and do this video because I feel like as a Christian I should be like I said, I'm a messenger of God. If the Lord puts something in my heart, I will come and say it so that I'll convict somebody else. But the Lord has put so many contents in my heart and I've been ignoring him. I've not been making videos because, and it's not that I'm lazy or anything or that I don't have time. I have enough time. I just, like I said, I can be quite unserious sometimes. I just like to I can be very rebellious. So I like to rebel even when I know that I shouldn't. So I literally have to force myself to come here and make this video. And yeah, so originally when I first started this video, I was talking about how I woke up this morning and I was just so sad. And this particular person, his thoughts was just in my head from my dream. As I woke up, his thoughts were just in my head before I went to pray. And I was just angry with God. I was like, God, there's so much chaos going on in this world. Why me? Why? My prayers are unanswered. My life is not where I want it to be right now. And and now you want to come. But I just don't want to say it because I don't want God to say that. I don't want God to say that I'm resenting him. Sorry guys, my mom, she's very loud. She has a very loud personality and she's on the call right now and she's literally so loud. So that's why I had to like pause the video. But as I was saying, when I first started this video, my main point I'm driving at is that there's so much chaos in the world right now, and I was thinking about somebody and I just kept asking myself, if Jesus Christ should come right now, where would that person be? Like, is that person ready? And the reason why I was thinking about that person, I could be wrong, but I've had a couple of dreams so many times telling me that that person is my future husband. I've had like 4 dreams telling me that that person is my future husband. And even though I could not see that person's face, the person was just standing. But from the back, that person looks exactly like this person that I'm talking about. And I met this person in the UK, and I met him in my mom's friend's restaurant. And then he would always come there to like him and his uncle would always come there to see me. But I wasn't taking him seriously. That was 2 years ago, 2024. 2024, 2023. No, we're in 2026. So I was in the UK in 2023. I was also in the UK in 2024, and I was in my mom's friend's restaurant, and I was just like helping her with some of the stuff, and he would always come there to see me. And whenever he came, he would see me there. Whenever he came, he would see me there. And then his uncle would try to like say, oh, I like this girl and I want this girl to marry like my nephew. I want this girl to marry my nephew. And I was like, I would just laugh. I wasn't taking it seriously then. So that is the reason. I'm just telling you guys this story because I want you guys to know the reason why this person is somehow important to me. Not really important, but why this person is like, why he just pops up in my head, because I randomly think about him, but I don't think about him all the time. Just randomly. So this morning when I woke up and I was thinking about him, I was just asking myself, is this person ready for God? Like, if God should come now with all the chaos going on in this world, if there's a lockdown now, like how would this person feel? So I was very sad. I was very praying for this person because I really truly believe that this person would have been my my husband. It's just that I'm going through a lot of delay in my life right now, so I haven't been able to like go back to the UK and everything. And I was contacting this person on my UK line, and I was also contacting this person on Instagram, but my Instagram was hacked since 2023 December. My Instagram was hacked, and my Instagram was hacked, and also my UK number I mistakenly threw it away, so I no longer like talk to this person. So that is why this person just randomly pops up in my head. But today it was very serious, and I had to pray. So where am I going to? I don't even know where I'm going to, honestly. I'm just trying to tell people, please and please, if you're watching this video, because I don't know how many people are going to be watching this video, but if you're watching this video, please try to submit yourself to God regardless of your goals. Just keep praying. Maybe just have faith, but keep praying to God. Guys, it's not easy for me. I've been crying my eyes out because God knows that I'm of the age of marriage. I'm 25. I'm going to be 26 in 2 months. I'm of the age of marriage and I want to get married. And that person that I've been thinking about, he's not a bad choice. He has like he's physically he's my type. Do you understand? Physically he's my type. But as a Christian, I have to submit that side to God because God might have other plans for me. And this is a very hard pill to swallow for me because I'm a very stubborn person. I want what I want. Yes, I'm very innocent, I'm very childlike, but I also have the side of me that is stubborn. I also have the side of me that is rebellious. It doesn't take away from the fact that because everybody has two sides to them, right? So it doesn't take away from the fact that I'm nice, I'm caring, I'm loving, but I'm also stubborn and rebellious when I feel like I'm right. So I was like crying, and I've been crying my eyes out for the past few days and telling God, God, I want to get married, and if this person is my rightfully husband, like I've seen in my dreams, then what am I still doing here in Nigeria, in Africa? Like, why can't you just allow me? Like, why can't you just allow me? Because I've been trying to process my schooling to go to the UK, but it hasn't been successful. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys that spiritual warfare is real. Spiritual warfare is real. You have to be very prayerful. And me, sometimes I can be delayed. Like sometimes I can delay myself when I know I'm supposed to pray. I will not pray. I'm not proud of it. Sometimes I pray, sometimes I don't pray. Like beginning of this year, since November last year, I've been praying. I've been consistently praying to God. But ever since we entered 2026, I have not really been praying as much. Ever since we entered 2026, I've not really been praying as much. So somebody that is battling spiritual warfare, that person is supposed to be praying now. But for me, because of sometimes I can be rebellious, I don't do things even when I know I'm supposed to do it, and that can play out as a delay. That can act as a delay in my life. So I have like been delayed. I've been trying to process my schooling so that I can go and school in the UK, and a particular course, just one course has been holding me in my results. Just one course has been holding me. So what I normally do, I normally travel to the UK and come back. I normally travel to the UK and come back. But this time around, I want to go with schooling. I want to go finally. And since 2024, when I came back from the UK, I've been trying to process my results, and there's been issues. I will see progress, but then later I'll see that there's another issue. Like there's been issues here and there. And guys, spiritual warfare is real. So I think I'm going to end this video right now. My phone is literally about to die. I'm going to come back and make other videos. So my point of making this video is to say, please guys, please, if you're watching this video, please pray. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for, because this person just popped up in my head randomly, and I don't even know this person like that. We were just chatting and we were supposed to go out on a date and everything, but then I stopped replying him, and before I knew it, my phone got hacked. I've been trying to reach out to him, but there's no way of reaching out to him. I tried to see if I can unhack my old Instagram account. It hasn't been working for me. So I don't know what the plan is. I don't know if it's spiritual warfare. I don't know if it's the will of God. I don't know. But I'm just saying that, guys, even in the midst of the chaos of the world, and even if your life is going through chaos, like, you know what, this life is perfect. I have my own chaos that I'm going through. Even if your life is going through chaos, please pray to God about it. Pray to God about it and ask Him to help you. And please try to preach the word of God to anybody. I'm not even perfect, because as a human being, when you get too comfortable, it can be hard for you to just get up from your comfortable home and go out and preach to people. You don't even have to go out and preach to people. Like you should. But I'm not going to tell people to do something that I am not doing, right? I've been telling God, oh God, I'll go out and preach to people, but I've not done it. And it's not that I don't want to do it, but it's like I don't even know how to start. But I came up with this idea. You can do a recording in your phone, right? Telling people, it's like an ad. You can do a recording in your phone telling people about God and about Jesus Christ is coming soon. And you can just walk around your neighborhood and people can just play the voice recording and people will hear you. I've been meaning to do it though. Guys, I've not done it. If you can do it before me, then that's okay. But that's an idea that popped in my head. And I think it's a good idea. Or you can also just leave. You can just like play a Christian video, and just allow it to keep playing. Just allow it to keep playing, and just be going around your estate, or just be, or you can just, if you can just go up, you don't have to start shouting Jesus is coming. You can just go up to people one by one and tell them, please, can I talk to you about God, please, I want to, like, you can just do anything. But me, what I try to do is to talk to people in my close proximity about God. Some people have stopped talking to me because of it. I've lost some friends because of it. I don't even have much friends, but then the few friends I made, I spoke to them about God and they stopped talking to me. I was very sad. I was very angry at God, but because of my religion, I just had to humble myself. I was like, God, I've lost so many things I wanted. And it's just the will of God. Only the will of God will play out in your life. So if you're watching this video and you watch this video to this point, I'm happy, I'm grateful. Okay, please follow me and please give me a like, because I don't think people are going to be interested in this story or in this video, but it would really be nice if I can get more followers and all of that. So please give me a like, give me a follow, and leave some comments, because I actually love reading people's comments, but I don't get much comments. I'm not one of those creators that would not reply or anything. I would literally start a conversation with you in the comments box, whatever. So I'm going to end this video here because I need to charge my phone. My phone is on 4%. Pray for your loved ones and please try to preach to people that you can preach to. And I know it's not easy being a Christian, because sometimes I even tell God, God, I know that sometimes I'm lukewarm, but you know that if I had the choice to not be lukewarm, I will not. Like, if I had the choice to cut Christianity completely, like, even lukewarm, I don't even want again. I want to completely be on my own and do my own things. I want to make a mistake and learn from it. I want to do something wrong and cry and move on. I don't want, anytime I want to do something, I will keep on asking God, God, should I do it? Like, I don't want that kind of pressure. I've told God this before, so I know that being a Christian is not easy. Sometimes I say, if I had a choice, I would not choose Christianity, but it's the reality, and we have to keep going. The Bible literally says, and this is a video I'm going to be making next. Will the Son of Man find faith on earth when he comes? Because I was reading the Bible, and it was a scripture talking about. Sorry, sorry guys, my mom just came inside my room. So as I was saying, um, I was watching a Christian. I was reading a scripture in the Bible, and that scripture I was reading was about Jesus Christ coming to this earth, and if he will find faith in human beings. And do you know why? I think it was Mark or Luke. So sorry guys, I have a very bad memory, but I know it's Mark or Luke. I was talking about this second coming of Jesus Christ, and they said that so many things will happen in those days. There'll be so much chaos. There'll be a lot of chaos on in that day or in those days. That's if you're not already in those days. So there'll be a lot of chaos. There'll be a lot of turmoil. There'll be a lot of issues. But in the midst of that turmoil, will you still have faith? And I was just thinking about it, like me, I'm really losing my faith. I almost left Christianity even last week. So if God should come right now and this, what will be the state of my heart? If God should come right now, what will be the state of my heart? The way I'm actually kind of resentful towards God because of unanswered prayers, the way I'm angry with God because I feel like I should be married at this age. My juniors are that I'm 5 years older than, 4 years older than, are getting married before me, and I'm still here. What will be my condition if Jesus Christ should come? The way my heart is kind of a little bit bitter. What will be my faith if Jesus Christ should come? So you need to ask yourself this question, and you need to pray for your loved ones. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for your husband. Pray for your father, your mother, your sister. I pray for my acquaintances. If I know you, as far as I had a positive influence with you, like as far as I have a positive, I had a positive reaction with you, or a positive, sorry, interaction with you, I will always pray for you. I always pray for people in my life, and I sometimes I force myself to pray for even those that I don't like, because that's what we're called to do as Christians. So I'm going to pause this video here. I'll be back in a short while to make another video. Please like, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share your comments. I'm willing to listen. So good. It's going to be goodbye for now. Okay. Take care. Bye.